Hey friends, welcome to another episode of our vlog. We're here in my seed starting dungeon, aka my unfinished basement. So I thought it was nice to have just a little bit of a walkthrough through the existing seedlings and just show you where we're at right now. End of March. I meant to have a shot on Sunday, but it's actually Monday the 25th in the evening, right? Trying a redo because the camera wasn't supposed to be doing what it's supposed to do. So I had some focus issues again, which I thought I had fixed, but apparently not. So if you see me eyeing to the right, that's me making sure that I'm this time in proper focus, but I think I've figured it out. Technology, you know. All right, let me show you what I have. Let's start with a funny one because this is three look like the same plus one other one that is a teeny tiny celosia seedling, which came into this probably because I was seeding it out when it was quite windy, so I have a feeling that just blew over. But otherwise, those are loofahs, where I'm excited. This is the first time I'm growing them. I'm planning to have them ring up our deck together with the cucumber melons, which I have here growing for the first time too. There you go. They look good too. Curious to see those ones. I had the last few years always beans ranking up on the trellis, or not on the trellis, but on the deck side, and really making it look nice and lush. But last year it didn't want to grow up there. I'm not sure if the dry beans missed the memo of being pole beans, but they just didn't want to grow up there. And I always like to swivel around a little bit, like mini crop rotations. So I figured I'll do something very different this year and see how that goes. So what else do we have? We have some lettuce. Oop, careful with the soil blocks. Some lettuce over here, which is always my favorite ones. This is green butter and the red butter from from Johnny's for Celanova. And then we have here one, those actually surprised me. So those are really nice status seedlings, which just germinated, but I'm surprised. They were one of the first few germinating out of that first flower batch of seedlings I started. And those seeds were easily 3 years old, I think. Those were one of the first flower seeds I bought, and they germinated very well. So I'm happy to see that. Then we're having here some pretty cosmos, which are always tall until they start getting their first true leaves. And then my favorite, this is a big batch of basil. Half of it is culinary and the other half is just ornamental for cut flowers. And I have almost more ornamental stuff these days because I love it so much as fillers for my bouquets because it smells so well. So the Myers lemon, basil, and the blue spice are my favorite things, which I have to put into that. And then look at some veggie seedlings here. Those are my eggplants. Oh, there we go. The eggplants pushing their first true leaves hard. Same with all the peppers. Those are really nice. I have not pinched them, but thinned them out from the second seed which came up. So everybody is now growing a little bit faster, that they have the soil blocks for their own. Here's some really pretty seedlings for the Yankee bell pepper. They are doing really great. They are beautiful, and yes, you might think they're small, but they still have, with me before I can plant them out, 6 to 7 weeks. So they will have plenty time to grow. And now that they have their first true leaf, this is typically also when I start to apply some very, very light fertilizer moving forward. And some real pretty ones. This is the patchwork pepper from row 7. Their leaves have always a purple notion, and the fruits look purple too, so they are always also, as a plant, very pretty. And then one fun thing on the bottom. All of my geraniums, look at those. They are so stinking cute. They are already getting a really sizable, so I fear I might have to pop them up, which will give me some struggle with the spacing over here. We'll see how long we can keep them in the blocks. Those won't get fertilized because I don't want to get them upset in their blocks right now. I should have started them a little bit later, so I'm going to make a note for that next year. They are just doing so well, but they're so cute. And then the other thing, which is ready for a haircut again, are the onions. So they underwent, I'm not sure if you can see that, you can tell by the tips, they got already actually 2 haircuts, but I will most likely cut them back to this size again. So all of that and above will be gone, to just help them to keep focus on root development. But yeah, they get also waved, so if they get strong on a daily basis. But yeah, they are going to go out most likely in a couple weeks from now. It depends a little bit on our 10-day weather forecast, but the onions, the snapdragons, and the lisianthus are typically the ones which are put out early in April. But again, depends a little bit on our weather. We play roller coaster. We just had another flash flood on the weekend. It's like wild, and I need to make sure that I have soil in the beds first. So I'm not sure if I have the energy of topping up all the beds before that, but we'll make a plan and we'll work it out. And then the last thing is here, my snapdragon forest. They got also pinched last week or so, so you can see already like a bunch of them are growing, like the sets of leaves on the outside, which is always great. And here are my lisianthus. They are still super small. They have been tortured this year. In case you watched my lisianthus video where I tell you how much of a diva they are when it comes to temperature settings while they grow as a seedling. Usually it's super steady here in the basement, but this year we had the basement flooded twice, which means we had the basement door open to really get the moisture out and everything. So that didn't go over so well. So I got them grumpy a couple times, which means they just didn't grow that well. So at least I know where it's coming from. But nevertheless, I also learned last year, even if they're small, you can still plant them outside. A lot of them will do well from the moment nature takes care of them. So I will definitely not toss them, but plant them out and see what it will come out of it. And even though they still look small, they have like easily quadrupled in size since I potted them up. So I'm still quite confident that they will be just fine outside. So all right, so that was just a little update from my side. Sorry, it's a little bit later than usual. Again, like technology wasn't of the essence for me, but yeah, let me know what you're up to, what seedlings you're growing, and how well it's going for you or not. I'll always love to chat with you in the comments, and otherwise, I'll see you next week. Bye.